As the Father sent me, so I am sending you.
Just as the shores of Lake Galilee were the training grounds for Christ's first disciples, so the Catholic Discipleship College is a new ground where Jesus walks, talks, and shares his mission with some of his own Kiwi disciples. Like the first disciples, our students will be sent out, but not without having firstly been chosen by Christ to share one precious year in his company. For as our late Holy Father John Paul II writes in Redemptoris Missio,
unless the missionary is a contemplative, he cannot proclaim Christ in a credible way. He is a witness to the experience of God, and must be able to say with the apostles, that which we have looked upon concerning the word of life, we proclaim also to you.
Our students encounter Christ. They come to live with him, immersing themselves in prayer, formation, and community life. Their year is made up of week-long courses and one-off sessions, rich in variety and taught by wonderfully gifted teachers. Those you read here are just a taste of what is offered. Students come seeking an encounter with God. They show their commitment by laying down a year of their lives at his feet. They submit to the obedience asked of them, delve headlong into study and community life, are thrown at times out of their comfort zone, and open themselves to journeying through inner healing, prayer and spiritual direction. And why do they put themselves through all this? They are seeking the truth. They are seeking answers, relationship, belonging. They are seeking him, who my soul loves. Through the Catholic Discipleship College experience, students can claim their faith as their own.
The Church is an evangelizer, but she begins by being evangelized herself.
The final month of the school is dedicated to outreach, where students take their experience of Christ to the youth of our nation. Formation for this is underway. These pictures show part of this hands-on learning process during a week with Father Frank Bird and the Logos team. Many experienced for the first time the process of listening, preparing, giving and debriefing a retreat. A little taste tester for them of what's to come.
Everyone who comes to me and listens to my words and acts on them, I will show you what such a person is like. Such a person is like the man who, when he built a house, dug and dug deep, and laid the foundations on rock. When the river was in flood, it bore down on that house, but could not shake it. It was so well built.
Also included in the CDC year is a pilgrimage. This year, students journeyed northwards to the sacred and historical sites of Kororareka, Waitangi, Cape Reinga, Totara Point and Motuti, following the footsteps of Bishop Pompallier and New Zealand's early missionaries. Throughout their year, students become accustomed to sharing their testimonies and teaching, putting together performances when the needs arise, such as with the visit of the World Youth Day Cross. These coming clips are taken from the Eucharistic Convention, where our students, barely 6 weeks into their year, gave a dynamic witness and sharing. John Paul II writes,
For the Church, the first means of evangelization is the witness of an authentically Christian life, given over to God in a communion that nothing should destroy, and at the same time given to one's neighbor with limitless zeal.
He continues,
Modern man listens more willingly to witness than to teachers, and if he does listen to teachers, it is because they are witnesses.
Disciples are to remain in unity with one another, so that the world may see and believe. Life as brothers and sisters within our own community is our first witness. We go forth into the world from there. Though we will offer continued support for our students, we do not know what they will go on to do when they leave here. Will the CDC bring forth new, much-needed vocations to the priesthood and religious life? Will it give our parishes dynamic youth workers? That is in the hands of God. What we can be sure of, however, is that this is a life-changing year. One cannot spend a year in the presence of Christ and remain unchanged. Students will go forth, sure of the reasons for the hope that they have, and speaking from their own experience, share Christ with the world in word and deed, being faithfully obedient in whatever vocation He calls them to.
As the Father sent me, so I am sending you.
Receiving from our Mother these final words, may our hearts and the hearts of all who will come forth from the Catholic Discipleship College echo her fiat. Let it be done in me according to your word.